So we are here with uh, waterfowl caller Fred Ramsey.
That's me.
How long have you been waterfowl? How long have you been in the Waterfowl Hall of Fame?
I've been in the Waterfowl Hall of Fame about 10, 12 years now. And it's such an honor. I'm in there with people like Tom Watson and some of the big stars, around the industry. And it's such an honor to go in there.
What is your best waterfowl hunt?
My best?
Mm-hmm.
The last time I went. No, we've had some good ones. I got to take the sniper team for the U.S. Marine Corps, a couple of guys. And it was one of those days that you want to go to the blind, and we couldn't load our guns fast enough. And it was just, we all limited out and shot all drakes all day long. And it took us about an hour and a half to 2 hours to shoot our limits. It was just lock and load. And then the stories that those Marine Corps guys got to tell me. And it was absolutely unbelievable what they've done for our country and our freedom. And then at the end of the hunt, they had the audacity to thank me. And I said, no, I will thank you for what you've done for our country and the deal. So they'd all been to Afghanistan on 2 and 3 tours.
Jeez.
And had some real stories. Some stories are pretty graphic, and war is terrible. And they had to go through all that, and fought it all the way to the end. But they made it, and they're still in the Corps. And they taught me so much about rifles and hunting, and the guys were smart, and they were something special. Pretty cool.
What dog would you take hunting with you? A poodle, lab, or a German Shepherd?
I would always take a lab. I've owned everything. I've had umpteen black labs. I've got a yellow lab now that was supposed to be, and he came out of Kansas. I'm still mad about it. 62-pound dog, and he now weighs 96. So I got a con a little bit. He eats a 55-gallon barrel full of dog food every other day, it seems like, but I've had nothing but yellow labs. I like yellows because they hide better around the blind versus a black lab.
Black ones are stupid.
Yeah.
We have a black lab and a yellow lab, and the yellow one, he's old, but he still likes to go duck hunting.
Yeah, I'll bet, And the reason I want yellows is that ducks have lateral cones in their eyes, and the first color they see is black.
Yeah.
So it's harder to hide a black dog in against the blind if you don't have the right dog box versus yellow. He can stand out front there and the ducks still come around a little bit.
Because he's part of the cattail color.
Yeah, exactly. He can be a good dog.
Where would you take me if we were going hunting?
Oh, we would, if you want to go duck hunting, well, there's a couple good spots. One of them is Bismarck, North Dakota. That is absolutely unbelievable because they're young, dumb ducks at the beginning of the season. And then of course, we flood 40 acres of standing corn against Squaw Creek Refuge up there, which is now called Lois Mounds. But we killed, I think the last year we had 842 mounted out of the blind. So we had a good year.
What is your favorite way to prepare for a hunt?
There's so much more to it than people, they just show up to go hunting, There's an awful lot of ways of preparing. Setting your decoys is an awful lot of it to it. One little tip that I pass along to everybody, decoys come with a front keel and a back keel hook. And you have a certain percentage of a dozen, you want 3 of them tied to the back end of your decoy, because that makes the duck decoy turn the other way. Contented ducks face all directions. Scared ducks always face the same direction. So we are very anal about tying a lot of the decoys backwards, as we say, and that makes them look, when the ducks come by, they take a look at your spread on the deal. Another thing I do is we do UV paint on our decoys, which is ultraviolet paint, and we pretty well every year or every other year repaint them. There's something about a UV, it looks more natural to a duck, more realistic than what it does. We also use a little thing that I designed and built and we sell. It's called Fatal Flashers. If you can get some, the companies, my partner passed, he had COVID and killed him, but I don't know if we'll survive this or not, but if you can still get them on Amazon. And they're called Fatal Flashers, and they're a little piece of plastic, goes up over the top of the duck decoy's head, and it goes on his back, and when the wind blows, it makes the wings flutter on the back of your decoy. And those things are lethal. And you can see them And I've tested them both ways. We have Mojos run like everybody does. But when we go back to lunch at the cabin, we'll turn the Mojos off. So we're sitting at the cabin and the ducks come by and they still see that little flutter of those wings with the wind blowing them. And it makes all the difference in the world. And I'm not even trying to sell them. We're about out of the business, but it's just a wonderful, wonderful product. And if there's a secret to it, that's it. You know, that really works well. Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, well, thank you for doing it, kid.
So, thank you, Fred, for doing this interview, and I'll see you guys next time.